Bobby Thompson credits Family Promise case manager Jennifer Coleman with helping his family out of homelessness. He and his family were living in a car when Coleman welcomed them into Family Promise at the end of 2018. 3.5 years later, Bobby and his wife closed on their new home. Coleman says no one chooses homelessness.
Stop judging. I think a lot of times we're so quick to judge others. Take the time to listen to someone's story.
And we were homeless. I mean, I hate to say the words, but we were homeless. And I don't know what we would have done if it hadn't been for Family Promise and prayer. But one thing I want to make sure gets through is I never felt second class here. I never felt homeless here. Thank you. If I haven't said it before, thank you.
Family Promise is a hand up, not a hand out. So it's about accountability as well. Coming in here, we're not a shelter for you to sleep. You have to work. You have to develop life skills. We have to work together as a team so you can be successful while being in this program.
Family Promise accepts 4 families or up to 14 individuals at a time into its demanding 90-day shelter program, which is followed by a year-long program called Staying on Track.
The shelter program, it's pretty invasive. We look at their bank accounts. We make sure that they have a good amount of spending, debt ratio to income. We oversee, parenting classes, resume building. Our case manager helps with assisting with insurance, getting the kids registered for school, preschool, daycare, the whole 9 yards.
Coleman guides each family as they turn their lives around.
We do know their biggest need is housing, employment, and childcare.
And we literally walked in here with $13, $14, and within 3 days she had my son in school, and I already had a doctor's visit for him set up. She had my mother-in-law's medication set up. It was me, my wife, my son, who was less than 2 years old, and my mother-in-law. We had help getting jobs. My mother-in-law, my wife, and me, all 3 got jobs, probably within the first month.
They don't have to have a job when they come here, but they do have to look for one, and they have to have one secured in that 90 days.
Amily Promise is getting an increasing number of calls from families who need help.
It's hidden, and I think a lot of people don't recognize the amount of homelessness that we have here.
Harp says Bluffton has an affordable housing crisis, and dozens of children in local schools are homeless.
If you make below $61,000 a year, you're considered poverty here. Our families are lucky if they make $25,000 or $30,000 a year.
Local congregations used to house homeless families, but they don't now because of COVID concerns.
Since our families are staying in an extended stay hotel, it's $700 a week per family. So roughly $2,800 a week just to put a roof over our family's head. And then we have been doing a $150 gift card per family.
Harp is searching for a more sustainable solution.
We need to either acquire land and build something or find something that's already built.
Housing costs eat up a big portion of Family Promise's budget, but the needs of their families run far beyond and often include everything from shoes to school supplies.
Sometimes they come and there's nothing, so we have to assist with every aspect.
One day you can be fine, and literally we were overnight without anything. And it just turns into, you think you have savings, but you don't. If you look at a hotel room day to day to day, it's extremely expensive, almost $3,000 a month, in hotel rooms. And then you have to eat out because you can't cook, you can't prepare meals. There is supposed to be a bedtime for adults and children. But when you're living in your car or living in a hotel, time merges. Your time, let me tell you, the only time you're concerned about if you're living in a hotel is checkout time. You need access to things like a computer, and there's a computer center here, and I have a picture of me and my son sitting down with me filling out applications and doing my resume that led to my job, that led to, financial independence.
Coleman says it is the success stories that drive her passion to change lives.
Well, I had one family who experienced homelessness as children. They both, husband and wife, were put up for adoption. They went through Job Corps. The husband was able to receive his CDL license. Mom did reserve duty in the military and decided to go full branch in the Army. So now they're stationed out of South Carolina.
Bobby Thompson says Family Promise takes care of everyday concerns so families like his can focus on breaking the cycle of homelessness.
You can be able to be employed and not be able to be employed because you don't have anywhere to take a bath. You don't have anywhere to sleep that night. You're more worried about your day-to-day. How am I going to pay for a hotel room today for my son to have a roof over his head? You can't even consider getting a job. And when you go to fill out an application, I had an address all of a sudden, and I've got a phone number, and I've got an email address, and I've got access to a computer. I've got a washer and dryer. I can have clean clothes to go to work. Actually, I didn't even have a razor. I had a razor I could shave. You just need a little help. You can be willing to do something and still not be able to do it.
Family Promise is not a handout, but a hand up, because our goal for families is not to have them repeat the cycle. It is to mitigate the problem.
If you'd like to make a donation, go to FamilyPromiseBufordCounty.org.